kindly stand and let us have a short prayer to be led by Michelle. Very good. Take your seat. So, once again, I'm Hanalyn Silino.
And I'm Mami Iya, who will be your guide for today's discussion.
So, last meeting, we discussed about the technology, collaborative tools in the digital world. So, anyone from the class who recall the digital tools that is used in collaborative learning? Kay Lakas, can you give at least two?
Skype and then laptop.
Okay, thank you. Next is Ma'am Sheena. Kindly give at least two digital tools that has been discussed.
Google Classroom. Google Forms.
Okay, thank you. So, it's nice to know that you were able to recall our topic last meeting because in our lesson, we're going to discuss how those tools are used, or we're going to relate it in our discussion. So, as we transition to our next lesson, we have here an activity called Know Me. Ayan. So, let me read the directions for you to be able to know the activity. So, you are divided into two groups as usual, group 1, group 2. And then, we have here illustrations of career. One is lawyer and one is doctor. And then, using the piece of paper, all you have to do is to list down the skills necessary on the exact field. For example, sa field ni lawyer, mag-list kayo ng mga skills. And then, you only have 1 minute each, and the group who will give the most number of skills will be the winner and will receive a surprise. But then, bakit ganyan yung nakalagay dito yung paper, and then maraming paper yung nakalagay? Hindi namin siya isulat na lang para hindi mabilang din yung mga kabilang group kung ilan na yung nasulat ng kabilang group para fair din. So, ibibigay na namin yung paper sa inyo para kayong mag-collaborate para mag-isip kung ilan yung words na about sa skills ng lawyer at doctor. So, dito ang lawyer, ito, bibigay ko na po yung papel, and then dito po. One pen na lang po ang sakit. Wait lang, wala pa. Ready na ba? Ready na bang lahat? If you're ready, say lawyer or doctor. 1, 2, 3, go! Lawyer! Parang hindi ready. So, ready, get set, go! 1 minute lang. Paramihan po kayo ng masusulat. I-shot nyo dito pag gano'n, may nasulat na kayo nila dito para kasi pag 1 minute na at hindi pa na ipasing ibang papel, hindi siya makakaw. So, sinabi na dito, ang doctor ay dapat brave. Why brave? Okay. Next is open communication. Why? Oy, good. Sa kabila naman. Parang sa kabila. 22 yung nakuha sa kabila. So, early person. Attorney, early person. Why? Okay. Isa rin, di ba, pag time sa kanila is? Okay. Skillful. Grabe grabe yung word ni skillful in general, General, pwede yun. So, nag-enjoy po ba kayo sa game natin? So, now, as we proceed to our discussion, I have a question for you. Kindly read everyone.
How will you know if you can pass the standard of your class?
Yung nagawa. Sino yun? Ate Carla, kahit ano. What? Anong sa ano mo? Paano mo may papasa sa standard na kasi mo pagdan? Diba kanina, as we assess, diba, nung nagbigay tayo ng mga skills na need ng isang doctor, ikaw naman, anong, halimbawa, yung standard ng crush mo is, gusto niya, ganito, ang crush niya, paano mo naman yung ipapasa? Diba, i-assess mo yung sarili mo. Ano kaya? Yung mga dapat kong...
Ay sa mga pas now, bilaging girlfriend siya. Mahilig ko na sa
Okay. Pwede. So, halimbawa din is, if you're going to apply din sa isang company, yung mga standards nila, di ba? If you're going to apply na company, di ba? Yung mga standards, ano ba na standards pag pumasok ka sa police? Di ba? Yung standard nila, dapat yung height mo, di ba? Ganon sa police, yung height mo dapat pasado ka, tapos may body weight mass index, di ba? Maraming mga standards. So, in order for us to qualify to these standards, we should first assess ourselves. Kagaya nung nilaro natin kanina, di ba? Nag-assess tayo ano bang mga katangian na meron ng isang attorney, meron ang isang doctor, ang dami yung sinulat kanina. So, as you can observe, we are now in the era where technology is essential as part of the contemporary world. So, talagang ginagamit na natin yung technology sa pag-aaral, which is talagang essential na siya. Kagaya ngayon, nawala ng kuryente. Pero at least, meron tayong technology para mai-portray pa rin dyan yung presentation. As part of the contemporary world, can you pass the standard of being a 21st century learner? No? Naisip niyo na ba na kaya niyo na bang pumasa sa standard ng pagiging isang 21st century learner? Medyo? Siguro, sa parang sa ano natin ngayon is medyo talagang nakakapag na tayo sa pagiging isang 21st century learner kasi meron na tayong ginagamit ng mga technologies na magagamit natin sa digital society. So, we have here digital literacy skills, self, and read. So, ito siya. Ayan. So, dito, magtatawag or spin the wheel na lang tayo ng 20 na person na mag-a-assess ng sarili nila kung first is confident, not confident ba sila, yung number 1, not confident sila dito sa mga ito. Okay. Diba ba, presenting your digital identity online, kung confident ka ba, not confident, or very confident ka ba sa pag-represent ng very confident, somewhat confident, and then not confident. So, meron kami ditong prepare na emojis na pwede nyong i-dictate sa dito. So, Mag-isip gawin na lang kami. Assessment lang naman. May price lang.
Walang price yan.
Later, meron. So, ayan, mayroon lang sige, magpipili na kami ng, ano ba? Natawag na yung pangalan nyo, pwede na kayong, magsagot. Kahit ano dyan, pag nalagyan nyo na, hindi na lalagyan ng kabila. Basta. Okay. Ang naiwagang binata ni Elia ay una si Macy. Next na. Ano yun, no? Bigla? Anong bigla? Video vlogs. Next is si Ma'am Leia.
Teacher, ang tanong, ano?
Ako na nga
Identity.
Madaya.
May tinawag lang. Next is si Castrense Ruela.
Ang decided ko yung si teacher.
Crystal Faye Austria. Ay, hindi ako nagsusunod.
Paano ka naging confident?
Very confident.
Alapitan.
Grabe, yung tumanong yung ulo.
Ay, kayo na may kaska.
Basta. Kaya tayo
Hindi, hindi mo
Okay, grabe tayo sa akin.
Roma. Saan? Lopez.
Pwede naman.
Marisol. Wala.
Malas.
Carelia Christian Jacob.
Busy siya.
He's not here.
Absent.
Leia. Tawagin kita. O, sige, ikaw. O, ikaw. Luis. Angeline. Tatay pala kayo pa rin. Yes, yan. Shirley and Rachel. Grabe. Sige, baliktad. Baliktad! Sobrang card. Very, very confident. Very, very confident na sobrang hard. Meron pa. Kulang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 pa. Si Bibi. Jessica. Joshua. Jake. Nangelo at saka si
Kayo na.
Diba? Kayo lang.
Nalagyan na.
So, ayan, tapos na. So, in digital literacy skills, we found out that, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7 students confident sa mga specific skills. For example, selecting right to when you need to locate news or present information, di ba? For example niyan, itong ginagamit natin na presenting tool which is yung Canva. Next is, ito naman, magbigay tayo ng isang example sa, uy, walang naglagay ng not confident.
Yes.
Somewhat confident. Identify communication with an expert online. Okay? Recognizing, knowing the information that can be searched in the web. So, halos lahat, nagsagot kayo ng somewhat confident and very confident, which means na talagang nakikipagsabayan na tayo talaga sa mga digital literate na mga tao. So, on any fields in life, dapat talagang we should have skills or we should possess skills, even in sports. For example, sports, di ba? Anong skills needed sa sports? Di ba? Meron ka dapat flexibility and yung katawan mo is dapat kaya na makipag-sabayan or makatakbo, di ba? Sa cooking, for example, sa cooking, anong skills need mo sa pagluluto, di ba? Pag-chop, skills yun, ang pag-chop ng gulay, tapos pagbawalat, paghahalo, paglalasa ng pagkain, di ba? That is what we call skills. So, as a 21st century learner, di ba? Now, we're going to introduce to you the skills that you need to possess. First is etong tanong na ito. Ayan. What are the digital literacy or literacies? So, digital literacy are the individual capability to be able to effectively and responsibly function and perform in a digital society. So, pag digital literate ka, how will you perform or how ka makakasabay sa paggamit ng mga tools or applications or technologies para sa learning. So, yun ay dinefine ni Paul Gilster in 1997. So, the term digital literacy was coined by Paul Gilster in 1997 and it came from the discussion of the concept on a visual literacy, when images and non-verbal symbols try to capture the knowledge. So, using images, visual, di ba? Using images and illustrations. Next is technological literacy, requiring one to be able to use technology in addressing a need. Di ba? Yung technology and how you use technology effectively, di ba? Sa isang field. Next is computer literacy, which in the 1980s started to become a household item. Why? Di ba? Yung computer is one household item siya because nasa bahay siya, ginagamit siya ng mga household. Sa isang household, ginagamit siya to communicate, di ba? Gumawa ng documents, yung computer, di ba? Sa mga bahay-bahay dati talagang nauso yung computer. Pero ngayon, may laptop na we can use to magbigay din ng information or gumawa ng mga content, di ba? Na kaya-kaya natin siyang dalhin. Next is information literacy, which refers to the finding, evaluating, using, and sharing of information. On how to disseminate information using the digital tools or evaluating how to use the internet. So, let's proceed to the media literacy. But before that, in the teaching and learning context, digital literacy is important it is important competence. In school, it has become a buzzword. Bakit kaya siya naging buzzword? Do you know what is the word buzzword? Anyone from the class? Are you familiar with the word buzzword? Hindi bad word, buzzword na B-U-Z-Z tapos word. No? Buzzword means matunog na pangalan or matunog sa society. Which means na itong digital literacy is now popular siya. Kung ikukumpara lang siya sa tao or sa vlogger, famous siya na talagang nababanggit talaga siya ngayon or timely siya. So, nowadays, talagang itong digital literacy is tinatawag siyang buzzword kasi matunog siya, popular siya ngayon. Especially sa era natin, di ba, meron ng Gen Z, may Gen X, tapos meron pang millennial, tapos ngayon meron pang beta na, di ba? So, yung digital literacy kasi, it is, or it refers to the ability to access, process, understand, utilize, create media content using information technologies and the internet. That was according to Shay. Yung word ay, itong pangalan ni Shay is H-S-I-E-H. Shay. So, sabi niya dito, it refers to the ability to access. For example, Canva. How will you access Canva? Diba? You will access Canva through using internet. And then, process and understand. Sa process and understand, pag na-access mo na yung Canva, ano yung gagawin mo doon? Diba? Ipaprocess mo siya. Ano ba yung mga kailangan dito? Then, papasok yung understand. I-analyze mo kung paano mo siya magagamit, how you will use it effectively, and then, i-utilize mo. How will you make particular use effectively to that tool? Ano ba yung mga pwede kong gawin dito? I-understand mo kung paano siya gamitin, and then, ano yung pwede mong gagawin doon sa Canva. And then, papasok na yung create media content using information technologies, di ba? Pag gumagawa tayo ng isang presentation, di ba, naisip natin, magagawa tayo ng presentation sa Canva para may pang-reporting tayo. So, we're going to gather information sa web, and then we will going to input sa Canva para madagdagan yung information na i-represent natin. And lastly is using internet. So, access, then how will you access the Canva? Diba? Through internet talaga. Lalo nowadays na talagang halos lahat naman ng household is meron ng internet connection, may data na nagagamit. Pero meron pa rin mga remote areas na hindi nakagamit, kaya meron pa rin talagang hindi nakakasabay. So, now let's proceed to the media literacy. Media literacy is one's ability to critically read information or content and utilize multimedia in creatively producing communication. Or, it is the ability to utilize multimedia. Ito lang masasabi ko sa media literacy, makinig kayong maigi, kasi hindi siya nilagay sa presentation para makinig kayo. So, ang multimedia literacy is using media na wisely. Kagaya sa atin ngayon is talagang gumagamit na tayo ng media. So, ang may masasabi ko lang sa media literacy para maging media literate kayo is think before you click. Yun lang. Think before you click. Click before you think. Think before you think. Think before you click. Yun lang. Ganun lang ang para maging isang media literacy. Next is information literacy. In locating information from web and interpreting while evaluating its validity in order that it can be shared. So, information literacy, how will you evaluate, how will you analyze the literature or information from the web? Kung reliable ba yung mga source nun, ganun lang. Kung magagamit ba siya or yung mga messages ba doon is makakatulong or magiging toxic sa lipunan or sa media web or sa media society. Diba? Ganun lang ang pagiging isang information literacy. You must provide information na reliable, lalong-lalo na sa internet kasi nababasa na karamihan yon. Next is ICT literacy, which is knowing how to select and use digital devices, applications, or services to accomplish tasks requiring the use of internet. So, sa digital ICT literacy is magpipili ka or pipili ka ng mga tools kagaya ng nabanggit ka sa last discussion natin or sa last meeting na we should select tools na makaka-help sa atin sa pag-aaral. So, for example, WPS, di ba? Andun na lahat sa WPS. Meron, makaka-access ka na on Excel, di ba? Now, binabayaran na yung Microsoft. So, sa WPS, free mo siyang magagamit. And then, may Word na doon, kompleto na siya. So, mamimili ka lang talaga ng mga applications na magagamit mo sa pag-aaral. Install. Next is communication and collaboration. Are one's capabilities in being able to participate in the digital networks in the teaching and learning context. So here, sa communication and collaboration, for example na lang dito is, nung nag-klase tayo ng online meeting. So, through the collaboration in Gmeet, tsaka sa teacher, di ba, nagkaroon tayo ng online meeting even though hindi tayo nag-meet na face-to-face. So, in that way, nagkakaroon ng collaboration ang mga teachers sa mga yung Google, Canva, di ba? Nabanggit na niya sa ating mga teacher natin na gumagamit sila ng mga different kinds of online conferencing tools para ma-meet tayo. Ayan. So, next na tayo sa identity management. Kindly read Roma.
Identity management. Being able to understand how to interpret
So, here sa identity management, huwag maging padalas-dalas sa pagpo-post ng mga information, lalong-lalo na sa Facebook din. Diba, talamak yan sa Facebook, yung identity theft. Usong-uso yan, lalo na pag sikat ka, popular ka, kinukuha yung profile picture mo, diba, ganun. Kaya, halos din yung ibang mga, is pina-private nila yung mga account nila para hindi manakaw yung mga identity nila. So, sa atin, we should not, ako din, na-experience ko rin yan yung ma-hack yung account. Kasi, before, di ba, hindi mo alam kasi gumamit eh, bagbata ka pa, hindi mo alam, post mo doon pati birthday mo, which is, pag first timer ka sa Facebook, talaga, yun yung ilalagay mo pati password, yung birthday mo, yung favorite number mo, which is, pinupost mo siya doon sa Facebook, kaya nanako yung account. So, ganun lang, dapat, in clicking links, dun din, pwedeng manakaw yung identity natin. Kaya dapat, we should be careful in choosing websites na pinapasok natin. Para di tayo manakawan ng identity. Next is the learning skills. Kindly read, Rochelle.
learning skills. We are responsible digital citizens who use technology wisely.
Yan. Our ways of knowing how to study and learn in technology-enriched environment. This is knowing how to utilize technology and addressing the need to learn efficiently. So, here sa learning skills, it is on us on how to use our applications or our technologies or gadgets in learning. Kung paano tayo mag-grow in learning using those applications. Di ba nakadepende rin sa atin yun on paano natin siya i-utilize or gagamitin na effectively. So, maging matalino lang tayo sa paggamit ng mga applications para din may relay natin yung information natin sa mga audience natin ng reliable at saka may matututunan sila. Last is digital scholarship, is being able to link and participate in professional and research practices. So one of the best example is Google Scholar, di ba? When you conducted research, di ba? Doon kayo kumuha ng mga napakaraming mga resources. So in the digital world ngayon, di ba? We can now easily be a scholar. Diba? Maging digital scholar na tayo ngayon. Mabilis na tayong maging isang digital scholar. One click mo lang, pwede ka na mag-upload ng research mo sa internet. Pero dapat, in uploading your research or in putting your research in a website, dapat you should be reliable on yung mga information mo din doon or mga pinagkuhanan mo information is reliable din. Para pagkukuhanan siya ng mga future researchers na kagaya nyo, di ba, is magiging reliable din yung source nila. So, yun lang naman yung mga digital literacy skills that we should possess for us to be able to become a 21st century digital literate. Yun lang po. Now, let me call Miss Leah Kim to further discuss.
Okay, so good afternoon everyone. Let us move to 4 C's of the 21st century learning skills. Ayan, yung 4 C's, I know you're all familiar because sa 4 C's na to. And as we can remember, gaya nung na-discuss ni Miss Celino or Ma'am Celino na in order to para makapag-perform tayo ng maayos sa 21st century or sa current era natin ngayon, we need to possess such skills para maging competent tayo. Pero itong 4 C's, these are the skills that are actually summarized na siya or these are considered as the most essential skills na kailangang i-possess ng isang student or even teachers like us. So, for the 4 C's, we have the critical thinking. Ayan, critical thinking is to find solution to problem. It teaches students not to accept immediately claims without seeking the truth. So under ng critical thinking, since internet is evident nowadays, kinakailangan na as we try to seek information online, we must also seek for facts or mga information that are supported with evidences. Next, we have the creativity to think outside the box. Requires students to think out of the box and to take pride in what is unique there. So pagdating din sa iba't ibang platforms like Canva, for example lang yung Canva, doon din na-assess yung creativity natin in presenting our own ideas. So pagdating sa creativity na yan, it is important kasi although it might not clearly lead us to success, pero madali tayong makahanap ng solution sa iba't ibang problem in our own unique way. Next is communication. Communication makes students express their ideas in an organized manner. It is all about conveying ideas. Pagdating sa communication, also evident na rin ito. Actually, ito yung pinaka na-highlight in today's era kasi most of the social media platforms are used for communication. And then we have the collaboration. Working with others happens when students know how to work well with others to accomplish a given task or solve a problem at hand. So in collaboration, mahalaga na rin itong skill na to in the current century kasi pagdating sa job, paglabas natin dito sa school, pagdating natin sa real world, para makakuha tayo ng experience, kinakailangan ng collaboration in order to grow and develop as we go. So now, let's proceed to digital literacy skills versus digital literacy. So let us try to compare and contrast kung ano nga ba yung kahalagahan at pagkakaiba ng literacy skills and digital literacy. So, digital literacy skills. Kindly read po, Miss Genesis. Sige. Yes.
Digital literacy skills. Future teachers who will be handling students considered as tech savvy should equip themselves with competence and fluency needed to handle the fast emerging tools and applications that should be able to handle the even artificial intelligence.
So, digital literacy skills. Pagdating sa digital literacy skills, these are skills that a future teacher also needs to possess aside from students. So, it is, pwede rin siyang combine with the 4Cs. And regarding sa 4Cs, kanina I forgot to mention that aside from these 4Cs na meron tayo dito, meron din nadagdag na dalawa. So, parang ano lang siya, optional. Kumbaga optional lang siya. But, kinoconsider din ito ni Lynch na mahalaga to possess para sa isang individual. Those two C's are citizenship at saka character. So sa citizenship, it is what makes an individual part of the digital world. Also known as netizenship. So, paano siya nasabing netizenship or paano ma-possess ang term na netizenship? So, for example, ikaw, a citizen of the country Philippines. So, paano ka nga ba naging citizen ng Philippines? It is because you are able to, perform and adapt according to their norms. You're able to wear the same traditional clothes, the way they wear, the way they speak. So, that is what makes you a citizen of the Philippines. So, therefore, as a netizen in the digital world, para maging netizen ka, ang isa sa kinakailangan nating tandaan or dapat natin gawin is parang we take part of the digital world. We are able to collaborate, communicate, and to share ideas using digital. So, that is all about the digital literacy skills with the 4Cs of the 21st. So, for digital literacy skills, we have another part na naman ni Lynch, 2017, identified 8 digital literacy skills needed to become digitally literate. The first one, we have coding. So for coding, it is a universal language, basic understanding of HTML, CSS, and the like will create a shared understanding of what can be done with the web pages. Pagdating sa coding, these are only the terminologies na ma-encounter natin online, like CSS, Computer System Servicing, HTML, www, HTTPS. So, dapat familiar tayo sa mga definition ng mga code na yun. Next, we have collaboration. So, collaboration, the use of Google Docs, among others, allows students to begin experimenting with effective online collaboration. So, isa sa mahalaga or pinaka-essential na part ng skills na dapat i-possess is collaboration. And using our digital platforms nowadays, collaboration is evident using, yun nga, for example, yung mga conferencing tools like Google Meet, ganyan, it establishes collaboration among individuals. And then we have cloud software. Kindly read Miss Mariela.
Cloud software. This is essential part of document management. The cloud is used to store everything from photos, research projects, to term papers, and even music.
So, cloud software, para siguro itong online storage, I'm not that familiar, pero sa mga nag-store na information or pictures, videos, documents nila online, online kasi may possibility na ma-erase sa mismong file mo lang sa phone. Kaya meron silang storage online. Backup. Yes.
Like drive.
Backup drive. Mahalaga rin siyang i-possess or dapat may knowledge ka on how to use this para sa mga personal information mo at saka sa mga halagang documents na kailangan mo. And then we have the word processing software. Google, Microsoft, Online, Dropbox are available for storage and management solutions. So, word processing software, ayan, ito yung mga ginagamit natin for, isa na rito kasi sa, communication, para share ng messages. Like, if you're trying, Gmail, ganyan, if you're trying to send messages, to company, to your boss, for example, if you're trying to work, na ayan, mahalaga na alam natin how to execute this application or online platforms. We have the screencasting. Kindly read Sir Najal.
Screencasting. A screencast is a video recording using the computer screen and usually includes audio.
Okay, so screencasting, it is a video recording with audio sa computer to. But if you're trying to capture a picture sa computer screen, it is called print screen. Pag sa cellphone, screenshot. Okay, screenshot siya. Pag sa computer, it is print screen. Next, we have personal archive. Students should be taught the concepts of metadata, tagging keywords, and categories to make them aware how are they represented. So, in relation din dun sa sinabi ko kanina na cloud software, yung kung saan meron kang backup storage para sa mga information mo, ang personal archiving is also essential na ma-possess, na maalam ng isang student, teachers, or an individual in order for them to protect their personal data, just like what Ma'am Silino discussed earlier, that marami ng identity theft na nangyayari in online work. Next, we have information evaluation. Kindly read Miss Marjorie.
Information evaluation. Critical thinking about and fake news is a crucial 21st century skill. The use of tools and skills needed to process information are very much needed.
Okay, so information evaluation related dito on how we use a specific software application para sa specific need natin. For example, if we want to create a document, we use Word or MS Word. Ayan, MS Word. If we're trying to connect with our loved ones or relatives abroad or somewhere, we use Messenger or Skype. So we have use of social media. Social media serves different purposes depending on the user, the technology, and so as a whole na, use of social media. It is how responsible you are as a netizen. Then, sabi ko kanina, as a citizen of the digital world, and we must be responsible on what we share online. So, just like what Ma'am Celino said, I think before, and then we have the digital literacy. Teachers and students should not only be proficient in how to use digital skills, but they need to see the information and media technology to find, evaluate, create, and communicate information requiring both cognitive and technical skills. Hindi enough na alam mo lang, may idea ka lang dun sa terminologies. Like, surface lang yung knowledge na meron ka doon. At also, hindi lang students ang kinakailangan na mag-aral nitong mga skills na to, or dapat i-possess nilang skills na to, but also the teachers. Kasi sila yung parang guide or mismong magsisibing guide or magtuturo dun sa mga students in order to catch up. So, sabi dito sa digital literacy, it is important to collaborate, evaluate, and create, communicate information. Kailangan you take part not just in cognitive aspect, but at the same time, technical. So, we have here examples of how digital skills or proficiency supported digital literacy. Ngayon, i-relate natin yung digital literacy skills with the digital literacy. So, ang digital skills natin, number 1, we have sending an email or text. So, every one of us here are capable to send an email or text, di ba? So, dahil alam na natin na mag-send ng email or text, ang i-enhance natin sa sarili natin or parang nasasanay natin gamitin is to evaluate the appropriate digital channel for online communication with peers, teachers, and students. So, we are able to choose what specific platform na kinakailangan natin in order to ma-attain yung specific na need natin. Kaya nung nabanggit ko kanina, if you need to to call someone na nasa malayo, you use Messenger, Skype, mga online messaging tools. Then we have the digital skills number 2. If you know how to use Microsoft Office or Google, therefore, you are able to identify the benefits and drawbacks of each digital tool. So ano nga bang benefits at drawback ng mga digital tool? For example, sa Google, benefit niya is nakakakuha kayo ng information. Madali tayong nakakakuha ng information. Ano ang drawbacks niya? Possible drawbacks niya. Hindi lahat na information is tama. Dapat kinakailangan ng thorough na search about that information. And then, evaluate critically which tool is most effective for the project. Then, digital skills, tweeting, posting to Facebook, uploading a video to YouTube, or posting a photo to Instagram. Alam ko na lahat tayo is capable to do that. So, digital literacy, navigate the social media safely to protect oneself. So, using that, diba, as we post pictures, we are still trying to check kung dapat mo siyang i-post, kung okay ba siyang i-post online yung pictures mo, and then to identify hate propaganda and fake news. And then we have the researching from the World Wide Web. So digital literacy, evaluate the information online. So as we search to the World Wide Web, ano ang na-enhance nating skill? Na-enhance natin or natutunan natin to evaluate the information online properly. May mga question dito na isinasaalang-alang natin as we try to browse the net. Is the site legitimate? Is the author an expert? Is the information current or dated? Or is the idea neutral or unbiased? So those are the 4 C's of the 21st century skills and how do digital literacy and digital literacy skills relate. Okay, alam ko itong hinihintay ninyo. So in order to assess your knowledge regarding the discussion, I will call on Ma'am Hannelyn to have an assessment.
Okay. Gising! Gising na dahil meron tayong pa-activity. So, now, let us apply what you have learned regarding our discussion today. How well can you still remember the different digital literacies? So, we have here an activity called, wait lang, surprise. Yes, okay. So, maswerte ang 7 participants, which is spin the wheel na lang gamitin natin para maging So, all selected students will come in front and identify what was being described. So, i-identify nyo, i-guess nyo kung ano yung sagot doon. At ayan yung answers. Mili lang kayo. Ayan, magruleta na tayo din ng Madam Alvia. Okay? Game na. Roma. Kindly, sagutan ang letter A. Hanap ka na dyan, pili-pili. Next, pag mali mo yung sagot niya, pwede pa siyang i-grab ng iba. Yes! I-grab ba? Next is Caracas Julius. lapre ay sa C. I-remove ko na sila
Sige, check ko na daw. Yung number 1,
Pastrel si Sheena.
in the digital networks for learning and research. Number 1 is correct.
Next. Kaya ni Sheena. B. Alapitan. Letter E ka. Ikaw na siya.
Luis Juliana.
Luis Juliana. Kompleto na yan.
Last ka na. Dapat na yung mali sa inyo.
Anong letter mo? Easy, Jessica eh.
Anong letter mo? Ano number niya?
Uli. Anong letter mo, Sheila? Si, malapitan. Anong letter mo? May isa pa pala. May isa pa. May isa din.
Kahit saan sa dito? Kasi binigay nila yung
F ka, F ka, F. F ka, Juljul.
Okay lang naman letter na.
Ay, nag-Pilipinas na kayo. Bahala kayo daw. Ikaw po na nga kayo kasi kayo maglalagay. Wala pa. Bigay ko na. Gawag-gawag na yun dyan. Bahala kayo. Nashi, tingin mo na. Nashi. Crystal.
Anong letter niya? Last.
Natin ko yan isa-isa kanina. Okay kayo.
Ay, sorry. Ito yung training and creative diploma in academic and professional in a wide range of media. Tama ka rin. Sabi mo lang kung tama rin. Sino sa sagot ito? Imikay.
Guys.
Binabigyan mo ako kayo.
Yan na ang Martes. Kahit ito pala.
Ano ba, Julius?
Cheese!
Grabe si Mamo. Sabi. Ano, Julius? Letter F na F. Pinatawa nila yung pagkayan. Ito na. Okay. Iyakin nyo. Ano ba ako? Tama F na. Yung mga tira. Adapting. Wrong. Correct.
Bakit parang mas katuwa yung mga kasama hindi nagsagot?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey! Correct!
Sino yun? Ito yung
Kasi!
Sino na sa natin?
Sa inyo na yan kasi meron
Sayang! Walang nakaalam.
Ano ito, peryahan?
So, everyone, nakinig na? Okay, did you learn something today? Yes! Ayan, so based sa activity, I think meron naman talaga kayong natutunan kasi all of your answers are correct. So, that's a great job for all of you guys. So, give yourself a warm up. Thank you.